What's up, RC fam? Yankee RC here, and we're back on the grind. So we are about to start a new project. It's a couple of days after the holidays. Got some new toys to put together, some new toys to play with. So we're going to start going over some things, right now. So what are we about to do now? We're about to start a new build. And what is our new build? Bam, right here. This is our new build that we're going to be starting today. This is the Porsche, this is the Tamiya Porsche 956. It's a classic racing car. I believe this is from the one of the 80s. I think it's from the early 80s. When this car was originally done by Porsche. So let's get to going. Let's get to unboxing real quick. Let's get to building this. Okay, so here we are with the Porsche 956. Let's get to unboxing. Let's see what we have inside of here. So there we go, classic Tamiya layout. Got the box here, got the basic, what I'm about to say basic rules of RC, that's what I'm reading right here. But that's not it. So here, we have the body. Okay, and they actually have all the parts inside of the body. So here we go. Got the parts trees. Not gonna go too deep into here. In fact, I'm not gonna even open this. Actually, I will go ahead. If I'm gonna do a video, I'll do it right. So something just fell in here. I think that was just a staple that I heard fall. So we got the classic part trees. Part A, I don't know which one this is. Part H. This is the back wing, it looks like. Another part tree. It's like the suspension parts trees, but we'll see about that later. This is the tub. And in here, it looks like these are the headlights. And the tail lights, yes. Looks like these are the headlights and the tail lights. Goes back in there, so a little less we have to wash later. Put the body to the side. Over here we have the stickers, window mask, the instructions. Let's see what's inside of these two boxes. So inside of here we have the tires, rear, front. Don't know what these are. Looks like some type of spacers. Have the rims, have the gears for the diff, and this looks like the shocks for the shock, and also for the servo. And finally, we have the parts box here. Antenna, parts bag B, parts bag A, parts bag C, and looks like the carbon fiber, and this is just body clips and small screws. And this is the, oh, it did give me a motor, the torque tune motor. So in order to, this is everything that comes with the Tamiya Porsche 956. Now, in order to complete this build, you are also going to need a, let's see, you're going to need a controller, and you're going to need a receiver, and you're going to need a servo. So I have these servos. I've purchased these servos before off of Amazon. They're pretty good servos. Haven't had any issues with them, so I have them in a couple of my RCs. Let me just make sure this is not the low profile one. Which it is. This is the low profile one. I do not believe you need a low profile servo for this car. I think you can just go with a regular servo. Or maybe you do, because I have two low profile servos here. This is also another low profile servo. Let me see. You may need a low profile servo for this car. Let's check out the instructions real quick. Okay, I don't think it matters. I think you can get away with a low profile servo with this thing. Okay, so here we go. This is just a quick montage of me putting together this Porsche 956. One thing to note is that, like I mentioned, this is a montage, so this is not a build video. And you can see right here with the calipers. One thing I'd like to point out is that if you're building a Tamiya car, it's a great benefit to have a good pair of calipers. So right here we are assembling the, looks like the front end. All in all, this build was not too hard. It was pretty easy, but I really enjoyed putting this together. And you can see right here, I am installing the, I'm continuing to build the front end, but I've installed the servo. Once again, this low profile servo, it was not an issue, but just so you know, for a record of note, you can use a regular size servo with this build. And now here we are attaching the chassis slash, I call it the tub, but it's actually called the chassis. And in that tub right there that you see, that is where you're going to be installing your receiver and your ESC. I actually purchased a Hobbywing T1060 in order to drop in here because I wanted to continue to use the Tamiya plugs. And right here I am building the gear case. This is where you will be installing the motor, and I don't know why I said motor. It's a motor, you know, but this is where you'll be installing the motor. You'll also be attaching the spur gear here. And right there's the spur gear. And one thing I would like to note is that when you're building this, you'll see me right here, is that I don't want to say you need to over grease this thing or add a lot of grease to it, but don't be shy about using the grease to lubricate this spur gear. And the spur gear and the diff are actually a piece that's combined together in this build. And it's not very complicated. This is not the most in-depth diff that you're ever going to build in your life, but it is important to make sure that it is properly greased so that it will function correctly. One of the good things about this kit, and you'll see it here in a second, is that they actually did give you full ball bearings for this kit, as opposed to just giving you bearings, which, you know, just makes the action and makes the function a lot smoother. And right here, that is the diff housing for the diff for this particular Tamiya kit. And right here, I'm installing the spur gear, and I ended up going with the 14-tooth spur gear. Once again, this car is going to be a shelf queen for me, so I wasn't going for super speed. And right here, you can see I've already attached the single shock in the back for the suspension in the back. Once again, snaps on pretty easy. Dropping in the ESC. Once again, this is a Hobbywing 1060 that I purchased so that I could use the Tamiya plugs, which I tend to use a lot in my Tamiya builds just to keep it classic. You know, these classic plugs from the 80s or 70s, whenever they came out, you know, I like to keep it classic. And very important right here, what you see me doing right here is I'm testing the spur, servo making sure that it turns left and right, you know, no issues, and also making sure that it's centered. And also right here, you'll see me in a second, I give it a little gas just to make sure that my gear mesh is set properly. And there we go. And now let's get to the final product. And here she is. This is the Tamiya Porsche 956. And I have to say, this is one of the more beautiful cars that I've built for Tamiya. I just love the way that this car has come together. It looks literally, in my opinion, outstanding. Let's just scroll around right here. There were a couple of spots you can see right there in the front where my painting skills, or my lack of painting skills, shine through. But all in all, it actually came out, in my opinion, really good. So there we go. Here is the completed Tamiya Porsche 956. Like I mentioned in the montage, this was actually a pretty easy build. I think I was able to do the entire chassis at around 2 hours. I should say complete the build in around 2 hours. That doesn't include the body. The body, you know, had its own challenges, but all in all, even that wasn't too bad. I've painted worse and done worse. One of the things, just to give you one of my plans on what I'm going to do going forward, is I am going to get a new body, and I am going to paint the body. I'm going to keep the body the same colors. I'm not going to do a different body, a different color scheme. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of the body post, and I'm going to put magnets underneath here in order to mount this, because I think, you know, that would just, you know, clean this up and make it look a lot cooler. And also, what I did order from, and I believe the company is MCI. I can't, you know, don't quote me on that. I'll try to put something right here just saying exactly what the name of the company. But I ordered these stickers from them. I believe they're based in Canada. And you can see right here, you can see it right here, that they actually reprinted these stickers for the Porsche 956 with the Rothman's name, as opposed to what you see up here where you just have racing. I don't know what Rothman's was. I don't know what type of company it was, but back in 1982, it was a sponsor of the Porsche 956. So in order to get my my build a little more authentic, I'm gonna put these stickers up there. I think they did a wonderful job with these stickers. I mean, the color matching that they did. I mean, I don't think you guys can see it here, but it is like really close. So I'm gonna put that up there. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do a new body. And just one other thing, note about the build. Painting these wheels in the back here with this silver and this gold inside of here was very difficult. That was one of the things that actually frustrated me about this build, getting those two-tone wheels in there. But eventually I did get them, and I got them right. You know, it took a lot of masking and a lot of patience, but I was able to mask those off, and I was able to get that right. So with all that being said, let's do a little short running video so you guys can see this baby out here on the pavement, on a smooth surface. And this is Yankee RC. Get out there and break something.